What is going on out there, peeps? All right, man, let's get back to Iraq. There's a little bit of news, some of it pretty good, so let's go ahead and make sure we touch bases on it so I can explain to you exactly what it means, all right? First of all, you guys, just a quick reminder that if you're thinking about buying precious metals, please give a consideration to our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is in the description. If you're a first-time buyer here in the United States or Puerto Rico, and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. You guys know I got Pimpy's Investment Chat over here on Facebook. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. So in here we talk about all kinds of investments, such as gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, and foreign currency investments. I've been thinking about playing this for you guys, but it's going to give me a dink because there's a song on it that's being played, so I think I'm going to have to pass. But for those of you who are in the group, check out this video right here. Man, this video is awesome. It is truly awesome. This guy just, yeah, you know, like I said, it'll make you tear up. You got to go check it out if you guys haven't. If not, go to YouTube and says, Soldiers' Message to Trump Supporters will keep you in the fight. It's now the weird thing, he doesn't specifically say Trump supporters, but nonetheless, it's still very motivating. It's quick and motivating. And whoever that gentleman is, thoughts and prayers to you. Stay safe out there. It definitely was an uplifting message. So I encourage you guys to go check it out. All right, if you guys are thinking about going over there to Iraq, no, just kidding. You're not thinking about going over there. But let me get one thing up here real quick here. So what's going on in Iraq is one of the policy makers that are there. I definitely want to put that up there. So one of the former policy makers that are there, where's he at? James. Where you at, James? He was saying something that, there he is. Okay, James Jeffrey. So James Jeffrey is an American diplomat that's over there in the Middle East. He says Trump's model will continue in Iraq and Syria. Now, this article is kind of long, but what it does is goes on to explain that, you know, the way Trump approached dealing with the Middle East obviously was nothing like prior administrations. Of course not. Of course not. Instead, in the beginning, Trump was kind of putting his trust in all the wrong people's hands and decided to take matters into his own hands. His approach was different. Although there was a lot of bigwigs, a lot of high-ranking military officers that were advising him, he would go down to the ground level and speak directly to those who were boots on the ground, and from there make his own military or make his decisions about what to do strategically. It worked, obviously. Not to mention the diplomacy was quite different. The prior administrations before Trump's thought by going in there and beating them with our military and then trying to impose our policies would be a way to work for them. It just didn't work out that way. This article is pretty long, and I encourage you to go check it out. This guy was saying that despite the fact that there were people working within the Pentagon that were purposely doing the opposite of what Trump said, he still was able to accomplish a lot. Now, this goes to show you how deep this so-called deep state is. The fact that they thought they could just do whatever they want and disobey orders or mislead or lie to the president just to keep him from knowing how many troops were on the ground, to me, that is an act of treason. That's like trying to run your own military. Sure, they got fired, but man, we have some serious problems in our country. Some serious ones to be thinking about. I encourage you to come and check out this article. It really is good. It goes on to talk about, look, Trump's approach in the Middle East was unmatched by any. When people thought he would fail, he was very successful. And that's because he kept his promises. He listened to the people on the ground. And when it came to diplomacies, look, he heard the other side. He didn't tell them what to think, what to do. He listened to them. And then he also made sure he can compromise in areas where he could. Very, very good article. Iraqi National Foreign Securities discussed the regional openness of Iraq. A statement by the National Security Advisor, the Everett News Agency received a copy of today. It said the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Hussein, and during the meeting, they discussed the latest political developments in Iraq's foreign relations and emphasized the strengthening and development of Iraq's relations with its regional and international surroundings. This is good. The two sides stressed the continuation of openness to the countries of the world in the interest of Iraq and its people. Good. That's what I want to hear. Really, man, people could bash Trump all he wants. He got us away from globalism. But one thing he said that was the best thing anybody could have done as a leader. Focus on your own people first. Make America great wasn't some damn white supremacist message. We had to take care of our people first before we could take care of others. Parliament ends discussion of the 2021 budget. So the representatives in the 35th session that was resumed, headed by Al-Kabi, First Deputy. In a statement issued by the council received by the news, stated that the deputies demanded during their interventions to distribute revenues fairly between the governments, taking into account the disbursements of petrodollar dues and the benefits of the border crossings, allocating and dispersing financial dues to mobilize the Ministry of Defense, doubling the sums allocated to the Reconstruction Fund, to the liberated areas, imposing taxes on materials, imported products that have an analog of the local product in support of well as supporting the Ministry of Education by increasing financial allocations and paying attention to scientific research centers, asking about the reasons for this decrease in support for the ration cards. Look, here's basically what it is. The salaries have gotten a little out of control for them. I talked about this in previous videos, that what's happening is during the corrupt period, they were seeing these salaries for government employees go up like once or twice a year. They're going up at, I think the guy said somewhere in the neighborhood of about 30, 40 times faster than they used to before. So now they want these people, including the president and the prime minister, to all take a pay cut. They had made recommendations of what they call deductions. It would save them in their budget about 5.7 trillion dinars. Parliament's fighting about it. Well, maybe with good reason. They're going on to point out the fact that, hey, you guys reduced the value of the dinar. By doing that, you're making it real hard for us to survive. And now you're asking us to also take a pay cut? So I see the argument there, but what you got to do is get everybody on the same page and say, look, this isn't permanent. It's temporary. We just got to get by these next couple of months and we'll be good. I'm anticipating that happening. But right now, you're not getting a whole lot of cooperation there in the parliament. I know they're talking about dissolving parliament, which might be a good thing. So again, all these are different types of projects that they got working on. This is good. That's what we want to see, them to start building the private sector. Get away from being so reliant on the income from oil. That's important. So that's what this article goes on to talk about. Let's get down here a little bit more to the article that I was talking about earlier. There it is. The foreign ministries talk about its measures to remove Iraq from the list of money laundering. This is good, but they need to get off this list. Okay, there's all kinds of sanctions and stuff and penalties and you name it with Iraq for being, so corrupt over the last couple of decades. They're starting to really get their ducks in a row here. Al-Qadimi's turned out to be a very good leader. We haven't heard any kind of one way or another about them being corrupt at all. Nobody's even accused them of it. But if anything, they're accusing them of getting rid of the corrupt people, and they're pretty mad about it. I'm talking about the corrupt people themselves. Anyways, because Iraq was so corrupt, and a lot of the politicians that got into the parliament were Iranian-backed politicians who had no intentions of doing anything for the Iraqi people. We can relate to that over here in the United States, but nonetheless, the Ministry of Affairs explained Saturday, January the 16th, the procedures to remove its names off the name of Iraq off the list of money laundering and terrorist financing. This is good. You know, they keep talking about this, but I'd like to see it get done. Especially since their session into the World Trade Organization is being expedited. They're going to need to get off these lists. He added that our embassy in Brussels had contacted the Department of External Actions and the European Commission and inquired about the criteria that the European Union would follow in including countries in the new list. Noted that the embassy had sent 2 officials notes to European Union requesting that it provide it with the European standards that Iraq should apply. So basically they're saying, look, why don't you tell us what the steps are to not only get off the list, but to stay off the list. I don't think that's too much to ask for. The statement continued that the Iraq embassy in Brussels conducted a number of meetings and also held a number of meetings. So they conducted, they went to, and also hosted a bunch of meetings. Nice. And among these meetings, he was the Director General of the Department of Stability Services and Financial Markets in the European Commissions for the purpose of inquiring about the issues of including Iraq on the European Union list of high-risk countries in the fields of laundering money and terrorist financing. So basically what they're doing is still trying to get their ducks in a row so they can get off this list. That's a good thing. That's what we're watching for. A lot of you are asking about this, so I just want to let you know. So there's not a lot of news because, again, today is Saturday, which is like their Sunday over there. So there are some little articles, but the truth of the matter is not a lot of news. But that, yes, people are asking me, is that a good thing? Yeah, that is. We want them off this list. Okay, that's a good thing. And somebody's asking me about the Iranian money, but I told you guys, look, NESARA shop is here. They got the Iranian money if you're interested in it, but they also have the Vietnam dong and Iraqi dinar. All right. Haven't heard no issues. There was a little bit of slowness during the holidays as far as mail is concerned, but other than that, no complaints at all. So if you are considering buying these particular currencies, I know the Iraqi dinar is kind of hard to get off other exchanges. They have it here, and also the Iranian rial is kind of hard to get because it's sanctioned. All right, give them a consideration. If you do buy from them, they said to make sure that your subscribers, where it says discount code, put in their Pimpy, and they'll save them a couple of dollars. So there you guys go. That was nice of them to do so. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Can we get off that list? Can we see Iraq get off that list? I hope so. That's for sure. All right, you guys hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because we do help out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.